I'm back! It's time to work on our back muscles and strengthen our core. This is our day 2 of our Scoliosis Strengthening Beginner Series, so prepare yourselves for some serious workout today. To make this video user-friendly, every time you hear this sound, recheck your screen because we're moving on to the next position. Hi! Before we begin, I want to remind you to please stretch first by clicking this up here. And if you've done that already, let's begin. Hop onto your mat and we'll warm up the wrists first, starting with wrist rotation with your fist closed. And then outwards rotation. Extend your left arm, palm facing up, and slightly pull your fingers gently towards your body. Then we're doing exactly the same on the other side, pulling it gently. By the way, I used to not able to do this, it's just through practice. Now we're placing the tops of our hands into the mat and just moving sideways here. Then palms facing down, giving it a gentle rock side to side. And then rotating to where the pointy fingers are facing your knees. So moving forward and backwards, and observe how I lift the half of my palms when I move backwards. Placing again the tops of our hands into the mat with your fingers pointing towards your knees, moving forward and backwards while simultaneously closing your wrists. So forward and backward, and one more time, forward and backwards. Now we're gonna give it a shake. Transitioning to high plank, check your alignment, shoulders on top of your wrists, and if you can't tell if you're straight or not, typically we start this way. So make sure to squeeze your glutes and observe how this will give you that straight line from your neck down to your feet. This is what you need. Now pushing back to downward dog. We're gonna stay here for a couple of breaths. Find that perfect alignment and feel free to film yourself because this helps you correct your own posture. Slowly moving forward to high plank, and we're gonna stay here and hold. We're gonna have a lot of holds today, guys. Breathe, hold it, and transitioning again to downward dog. Just stay relaxed here. And if you can flatten your feet onto the mat, you can keep your knees slightly bent if that's more comfortable for you. And transitioning again to high plank, hold it here. We're gonna drop our hips onto the left side, both palms still touching the mat. Keep your elbows locked, back to center, then to the right. We're working on our obliques here. Back to center, dropping to the left again, and then back to center, to the right. Okay, last set. Left, back to center, dropping to the right, and then back to center. Hold it here, and then pushing back to downward dog. We're gonna stay here and breathe. You can walk your dog if that feels good, so you're gonna bend one knee at a time. And then slowly transitioning again to high plank. From here, I want you to rotate the balls of your feet to one side so you can lift your one hand, and we're doing side planks. Imagine drawing a straight line from your palm as you raise it up. Use your core to really hold the plank, and the position of my feet helps with balance. Dropping our hips down as we keep that plank. 1, and then 2, and 3. Alright, good job. Now we're gonna stack our feet together like this, and then we're gonna do 3 more. Okay, drop it. 1, 2, really tighten that core. 3. Alright, good job, guys. Now placing your hand again onto the mat and pushing back to downward dog. We're gonna relax here for a couple of breaths as we prepare for the other side. Transitioning again to high plank and rotating the balls of your feet to the other side so you can lift your one hand as you draw one straight line going up. And find your balance, breathe here, tighten your core. All right, now we're dropping the hips. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we're gonna stack our feet and we're holding it a little bit. Dropping again for 1, 2, and last one. Placing your hand again onto the mat, transitioning to high plank, and let's just try if you can slowly lower down to push-ups or chaturanga. And then upward facing dog and downward facing dog. If you want to learn how to slowly lower down to chaturanga, I'll share to you at the end of this video what I did to build strength. Moving on to high plank and then placing one forearm at a time down to the mat. We're doing forearm planks now. Squeeze the glutes. Hold it here, hold. You can also have your hands open if that feels better for you. Placing our hand again onto the mat one at a time and transitioning to high plank. Hold it, and then we're gonna place again one forearm at a time down to the mat and then squeeze your glutes. Transitioning to high plank, and we're gonna hold it a little bit again until you hear that sound. Forearm plank, stay here and breathe. Don't worry guys, this is the last one and then we can rest. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You got this. And you can slowly lower down your knees. Let's rest in child's pose. We're gonna breathe and relax here, or you can also place your hands on the sides like this. Okay, ready? Transitioning again to forearm plank, but this time we are gonna interlace our fingers. And see how this feels for you. Squeeze your glutes. We're gonna try if we can hold it for 10, but feel free to drop your knees at any time if you can't hold it anymore. We're holding. You got this, guys. Remember that longer holds with repetitions make the muscle memory work even better. Dropping our hips on one side and then the other. We're gonna do this over and over, guys. Slowly as you can. Keep that core engaged. Get all your strength from your core. Just keep your body really tight. Alright, now drop your knees and rest in child's pose. Good job, guys. Breathe. Time for some water break. If you want to go drink some water, you can pause it here. And when you're ready, we're now transitioning to high plank again. Slowly moving to side plank. Raise your one hand and we're gonna thread the needle. So threading one hand underneath your armpit. We're just doing 3 reps. So this is 2 and 3. Switching sides here. And then we're gonna raise one hand up and thread the needle. 1, 2, and 3. All right. In high plank, hold it here. And now we're gonna do forearm thread the needle. So I'm starting with my right forearm and I'm gonna raise my hand up. You can stack your feet if you're up for a little more challenge. Hold it and making sure our hips are lifted. You can also turn your hand in front of you instead of sideways for a better balance. Threading our top hand for 1, or open your palm for better stabilization. And 2. Okay, last one, because your arm is probably burning at this point. Switching sides, Find your most comfortable position. If you want to place your top foot behind you or in front of you, the important thing is that your shoulders are stacked and your hips are lifted. For me, this plank side has weaker back muscles and it feels heavier than the other. Okay, for 1, 2, and last one. Okay, next, I'm gonna stack my feet and then bring the top foot in front of me again and repeat the sequence. This is a great exercise to strengthen your back and straighten your spine. If you're like me, you'll notice that this is much harder on one side than the other. So I would recommend to do it on the side that's most difficult to help even out your back. Of course, you can do both sides if you like, but it's not necessary. Now we're gonna do some baby pulses. Switching sides again and baby pulses. Transitioning and holding forearm plank again. I'm interlacing my fingers here. You got this, guys. This is our last plank. From here, try to see if you can walk your feet towards your forearms and creating that upside down V shape. This is your forearm downward dog or dolphin pose. Engage your lower belly and try to see if you can lower your heels towards the floor. It's okay if you cannot touch the floor, just engage your thigh muscles and press your forearms firmly into the mat. I also like to add tippy toes as I move my face over my hands and then backwards. This is the dolphin push-ups. This is so great to strengthen your arms and eventually you'll be able to do forearm stands. Placing your knees down to the mat and then we'll relax for a little bit. I'm gonna arch my back to just give it a little stretch. Before we rest, do child's pose. Baby rest for 3, 2, and 1. Whew, we're almost there, guys. If you're still here with me, I'm so proud of you. So now we're gonna transition to seated cat-cow with our feet on the mat. Placing your hands underneath your knees, find your comfortable position, and we're gonna inhale, arching your back, and exhale, tucking your chin as you round your back. Inhale, look up, and exhale, round the back. Okay, we're doing one more. Inhale up. And this time, as you exhale, we will slowly lower down with each vertebra. You got this. Tighten that abs. All right, relax for a few seconds and we're gonna do our last workout. Okay, hands on your side. This is my favorite that I used to do every single day. Knees to chest to really press your back onto the mat. Raise your legs up. And we're starting with a 90-degree angle. Flex your feet. Check your back. Don't let it arch. This is really important. I like my elbows bent and fists closed. And we will slowly lower down our legs. Now when you start to feel that your back is starting to arch, slowly lift your head as your legs come down. This will help keep your thoracic and lumbar spine flat on the mat. Good job, guys. Relax your head. Take a deep breath. We're doing 3 more. You got this. Okay, this time we're gonna point the toes and we will place our palms flat on the mat and slowly lower down. Observe your body with each breath and really get a feel of your muscles working together. Lift your head, move slowly as much as you can. Press that lumbar onto the mat. Hold it, and relax. Stay with me, friends. You got this. Just stay here. We have 2 more. Ready? Lift your legs up. Point your toes, and this time with our fists closed. Okay, slowly lowering down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it if you can. Hold it. Relax. Woohoo! 1 more to go. Okay, ready? Legs up. But this time, we're gonna flex our feet and our palms flat on the mat. Alright, slowly as much as possible. This is our last. It's totally normal if you're shaking. Breathe. We're close. Almost there, but hold it. If you like a little bit more of a challenge, raise your hands, palms facing up, just so it's no longer touching the mat, and hold as long as you can. Yes! Great job! So proud of you. And let's give it a little supine twist. And then the other side. Finishing up with cervical spine stretches. So we're just gonna hug our knees and then lifting our head up and down. Up and down. Last one, up and down. Relax. But before you go, I'd like to share something that you might find interesting. I learned that muscles remember mistakes in the exact same way they remember correct technique. So for me, it's better to learn slow and get it right the first time. And I did not forget. Remember I told you earlier what I did to actually hold my chaturanga? This was how I started, and I did this every day for just a few seconds. But I did not miss a day until I was able to hold it without the blocks. When I started, I couldn't even do one push-up, I swear to you. Place your blocks this way, just right next to the tips of your fingers, and just give it a back and forth movement to give your toes a good range of motion as you move forward just a few inches before you start to lower down your shoulders to the blocks. And hold this position for as long as you can. Your muscle memory will remember this. And don't forget to squeeze your glutes because they go hand in hand. And when I'm in the mood to push myself even more, I like to do this single leg lifting. You don't really have to do this, but why not? Anyway, here is the result of practicing good alignment. And actually, doing this every single day gave me unbelievable strength that I never thought my sissy self could ever do. So I'm just sharing it with you. Practicing great alignment with consistency is the way to go. Please let me know in the comments if this is too easy or too hard for you, because beginner moves will always be different depending on the background of each person. Tell me what else would you like to see in the next coming videos. And oh, by the way, I did not include these crunches type of ab workout because I don't recommend this for people with scoliosis if you're just beginning to build your back muscles. But of course, eventually you can. But we'll do baby steps for now. If you enjoy this happy pain, might as well hit that like button before you leave. And if you like to see more of my videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you get updated when I upload new content. I really hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye!